Most people believe that once they make a payment, the system sees it immediately. But that is not how reporting works. Lenders do not evaluate your account in real time. They evaluate what is reported, and what is reported is determined by the statement cycle. This is reporting cycle alignment. Inside Layer 1, behavioral signals, we have examined reliability. We have examined severity and recency. We have examined payment cadence. Now we examine visibility, because how you behave is one layer, but what the system sees is another. Every revolving account has a statement closing date. On that date, the lender records a snapshot. The balance at that exact moment is what is transmitted to the credit bureaus. Not the balance you carried mid-month. Not the balance after you make a payment. The balance at statement close. That snapshot becomes part of your reported profile. And that reported profile is what other lenders evaluate. Imagine two borrowers. Both carry the same card. Both use the same amount. Both make the same payment. One pays before the statement closes. The other pays after. Their behavior may look identical to them, but the system records different data. One reports a lower balance. The other reports a higher one. Reporting cycle alignment explains why someone can pay down a card and still see elevated utilization reflected on their report. It is not that the payment did not count. It is that it was recorded after the snapshot was taken. This is timing visibility, not behavioral rhythm. Payment cadence describes when you tend to pay. Reporting cycle alignment describes when the system captures your activity. These two concepts are related, but they are not the same. If you consistently pay after the statement closes, your reported balances may appear higher, even if you reduce them shortly afterward. If you consistently pay before the statement closes, your reported utilization appears lower and more stable. The system does not evaluate effort, it evaluates recorded data. Understanding this removes confusion. It explains why someone can feel disciplined in their repayment behavior while their report appears to reflect higher exposure. Now consider application timing. If you apply for credit shortly after a high balance statement reports, lenders evaluate that snapshot. If you apply after a lower balance reports, interpretation changes. The behavior did not change, the visibility did, and visibility shapes interpretation. Reporting cycle alignment is not manipulation. It is awareness. The system cannot interpret what it does not see. The statement closing date is the moment that determines reported utilization. The due date is the moment that protects on-time consistency. They are different dates, and many borrowers confuse them. The due date protects reliability. The statement date shapes visibility. Reliability is foundational. Visibility affects weighting. When behavior and reporting are aligned, interpretation becomes clearer. When they are misaligned, perception may not reflect reality. Over time, repeated high statement balances can create a pattern of elevated exposure, even if balances are frequently reduced afterward. Patterns influence classification. Classification influences approval probability. Layer 1 teaches behavioral signals. Reporting cycle alignment ensures those signals are accurately represented in the data lender's review. because the system evaluates the reported snapshot, not the internal story. As we continue expanding layer 1, we move deeper into predictability. Not just whether you pay, not just when you pay, not just what is reported, but how balances evolve across repeated cycles. In the next episode, we examine partial paydown patterns and how repeated balance reductions over time shape long-term behavioral interpretation.